Good morning, everyone. It's a beautiful Wednesday morning, the 14th, second week of Easter, and it's been a while since I've just had a sort of chat and a catch up on where things are at the moment. There's quite a lot happening. I realise it's been some time since I've sat down and just talked. We're kind of getting back on track after Easter. Tomorrow night we'll be back to the Discovering the Gospels. That'll be back on here again. And of course, you'll notice that on Wednesdays, like today, services are back in church. And of course, on Saturday, there'll be the Requiem for His Royal Highness the Prince Philip will be in church at 10 o'clock. And so there's one or two things kind of beginning to move in one way, but not in another way. I'm conscious that I don't know, we're kind of feeling that with the sunshine, which I've had to close the blinds. It's a bit too bright, really. With the sunshine, it's lifting our spirits, but we have to be cautious. I sound like a government broadcast now, but hey, that's my job, is to be a pastor as well. And so, yes, we are beginning to lift a little bit into new times. It was lovely, I have to say. Holy Week this year had a really real sort of sense of depth, which despite the fact we couldn't do as much as it were, but physically able to do the things that we do, the feet washing on Good Friday, the kissing the cross, and those liturgical actions. There was certainly a very kind of emotional journey through Holy Week this year, which was unexpected, but very useful, I have to say, for me anyway. Hopefully it helped you in some way. And so, yeah, it's a very powerful time. Easter Day, my goodness me, we're 2 seats short of being at our new legal capacity. There we go. Who says numbers don't matter? There we are, just in case the bishop's listening in. 2 seats short of having to turn people away. But that's it certainly had a sense of release, and I think that's what we're hoping for. The sense of Easter is that hope for release. So that's the sermon. Better be careful. I'll start sermonising again. It's a bad habit, I'm afraid. I need to stop it. So, we find ourselves in this post-Easter thing when, of course, into all of that has come the death of Prince Philip, which has been odd, and I have to say, on Sunday, it's an odd thing for me in my generation. We are kind of the generation that are very much growing up with the royals. The younger generation, maybe not as much. It's interesting to hear people's responses and reactions in different ways. So, we of course will be offering the soul of Prince Philip to God. Listen to that, the soul of Prince Philip to God, which is what Saturday is all about, and we can't be helped but moved by the stuff. I started. I'm a failure. I'm afraid I failed Prince Philip. I started Duke of Edinburgh when I was 14, and bronze, and I never got to the end of my bronze. Oops a daisy. But I did go gliding. Courtesy of the Duke of Edinburgh award scheme. There we go. So I flew. There we go. Started another passion off, which again never came to its fruition, but never mind. So it stayed with me. So everyone, I suppose, can draw out a little personal connection. Maybe you met him, maybe you saw him, maybe you waved flags as he went past, or with the Majesty of the Queen. Maybe you went on Duke of Edinburgh. Maybe you're in the Navy. Maybe something. I don't know. I mean, but people are certainly coming out with remembrances. On the news the other day, there was a picture of him meeting some ladies in North Wales, and I'm reliably informed one of them was my wife's Aunt Phil, who ran a pub in Mould, or was it Rill? I think it was Rill. No, she ran a pub in Rill. There we are. She was on the news the other day. It's extraordinary how these connections draw us together, and that's the kind of beauty of our human nature and our society. Often we can feel that we are, especially this year, we've felt very disconnected in a way, but we've been forced to reconnect through this and other means to and concentrate a little bit. It's been an extraordinary experience the last 13 months of almost a self-examination of us individually and as a society. And it's almost extraordinary that Prince Philip's passing has made us think a little bit more about that, I have to say. And I don't know how I'm going to feel on Saturday. I'm not sure how I'm going to feel on Saturday. If you've been to a funeral in the last year or so, you will know how it's like to be one of a few number allowed. So taking funerals and going to funerals, like myself, it's an odd experience. And relying on the camera somewhere, picking it up for the rest of the world to join in with, has been important, and I don't know how that's felt with you. So this period of self-examination has been very powerful, if not challenging, but powerful. We're in Eastertide, which is a kind of a post-resurrection self-examination, as I said this morning in the sermon, period where we kind of go, wow, Jesus, that was really great. I'm really happy you did that. That's fantastic. Well, what's it mean for me? You know, is this at work in every day? So very curious times, and I would like. I don't have an answer other than just keep living through it, just keep going through it, and pick out the bits in these times which are important. You know, the first meeting with a family, catching up with a friend for the first time in a long time, as in your safe number of 6 or maybe more in May. I'll talk to you before then, I'm sure, and consider those things. Okay, but that's a kind of a response, an emotional response. What's happening over the next few months then? Things are and aren't not happening. Glastonbury pilgrimage, unfortunately, is not happening. It's just too close to the final date, the final roadmap date, or what a roadmark date, to really plan and with any confidence. Safer for us to say no pilgrimage this year than we'll try and do one. There is I hate to say this, very practical reasons for that, to say no. It means that we don't lose anything, we can move on to plan for next year. Glastonbury's going nowhere. It's been there for quite a long time, so I don't think we need to worry about it falling down between now and next year. Please don't let that be prophetic. Oh dear. So yes, there's no Glastonbury pilgrimage this year. What else within the summer? I mean, as I say, the roadmap, at the moment, doesn't quite say much about us as churches. You may have noticed that we've had a couple more singing in the choir. That's been allowed as the groups, but they're all very far apart, as you may have noticed. Can't see that on camera, but in church you can notice that much further apart. That's kind of a little bit of a movement. And we'll see how things are, but we do expect the churches to pretty much continue as they are for the foreseeable future, and you know what, if that's good and that stops anything being spread, heaven forbid, I really don't want anyone to catch the virus through going to pray. Catch it in, no, that sounded awful. If you catch it in a supermarket, you know, that's one thing, but I really don't want anyone to catch it whilst they're in a safe space with God, as it were. So I'm doing my best to make sure you're safe. Even if you grumble, maybe, what's he done now? So what we have is, I think that's really about it when we come to how our worship goes forward, and we keep plodding onwards. Church-wise, business-wise, I suppose, we have we'll have another a second annual parochial church meeting coming up in May. That will be advertised hopefully within the next few days. You'll get that out. I think we've just about got the right amount of time to be able to advertise it. Might be a bit late, no mind, who cares, special times. And that'll be a very short meeting as well. So that's coming out. You will have heard me, or read on the email that goes out just now. I'm searching for a new examiner of the accounts. Don't need an auditor, don't need anybody that's an auditor. Someone that's got a bit of experience of or familiarity with accounts of some sort of another, that is either in a local business or you're running a firm, or you're self-employed, or maybe you've been a treasurer for a charity group, whatever, it doesn't matter. Be able to look at them and go, yeah, I get that. If I look at accounts, the mist comes down. I have a mist, a number mist. Okay. I can't help it, George. So just need someone. So if that's you, or you know someone that can do that, please let me know. There's a bottle of something very nice in it. Is the grand reward, plus our absolute gratitude. Unless, of course, there's lots of mistakes, then we'll feel different about the whole thing. No, I'm sure that. But please, that would be really, really grateful. Very grateful. Tony has been doing it for years. He's unable to do it anymore. So just somebody to do that would be great. There we go. And that's the business of the parish. And the APCM will come up in May when we'll be re-elect church wardens, people for the PCC, who will meet by Zoom these days. So if you want to join the PCC, I'd love you to join the PCC. You don't even need to leave your living rooms or your kitchens or your dining rooms or wherever else you're watching this to join the PCC and be part of planning the future of this parish. PCCs are quite good. They are fun. They're fun. They are informative. They are. We give things. We give away money and our time and our hope, which is extraordinary. And so, if you really fancy that, watch this space. Consider it. Just let me know, and it'd be lovely to have you on board. We've got spaces on the PCC, so no, just let me know. That'd be really good. So that's what's coming up over the next few weeks, really. I think there are other things. I can't remember what they are right now. So as I say, this is more of just a bit of a waffle as we do that. Just to bring you up to scratch, don't forget Saturday, 11 o'clock. It's Requiem for Prince Philip. A good way to start the day. A very good way to start a day. I was talking with someone the other day, saying, of course, what's Saturday for? Saturday's not just for sitting down and watching the telly, watching the funeral on the telly. We're able to gather in church in the morning to pray and do what needs to be done and should be done in the morning, and then move to your TV to watch the funeral happen in the afternoon. It's in the Saturday morning can be part of that whole movement in the day. It could be part of the day's offering to God of Prince Philip, who never had to give me a gold award. There we are. So look, that's there for you. All right, that's it from me. The sunshine is glorious, and the bluebells are up everywhere. Church grounds are lovely. Peter, if you're listening, don't cut the grass. The bluebells are a bit beautiful. Let's let them grow. It'll be beautiful out there for a little while. So make the most of the time. Kids, I know you're going back to school next week. I'll be back in school properly next week, which is really nice. Back to face to face or mask to mask, but nevertheless, really great for our summer term. Can you believe it? For our summer term. So yeah, take care of the next few days, and so Saturday, brilliant if you can come along Saturday. Don't forget Sunday as well. The day of the resurrection. Every Sunday's Easter. Do that, and for those of you in our prayers, we keep you in our prayers, and certainly at the moment. For the family on the way, we know where you know who you are. Hope you're okay. Hope he's going to be fine. Right, take care of yourselves. I'm going to go now. I'm actually finally going to go. God bless you. Happy Easter, hallelujah. Christ is risen. He is risen indeed. Hallelujah. Keep going, folks. Ta-da. Bye.